I joined the 1st Division as Operations Sergeant. I had the night shift, and a command bunker was dug underground at this drawing point on the highway. There was a whole battalion around this roadblock with 3 175 artillery pieces. Shoots about 20 miles. So they had them, not only one strong point, but they had many of them. So, but they could always support the other one by firing, you know. I had an operations sergeant. Again, I'm intelligence sergeant, so I can do both jobs, but everybody else was swell. After you're there a while, things start to happen. That's what is known as Rocket Alley. They started firing rockets. I didn't get artillery, it was rockets. I think they were 107s or 111s or something like that. And in fact, they'd shoot them into this drawing point, which inside of this drawing point is a landing field for small planes, helicopters, and other small planes, supply planes, and travel personnel back and forth. Things started to happen. Rockets. We had a medical center that was inside the perimeter, but they weren't underground. They had a shack, and they're like a first aid station. They had vehicles in front of it that get a lot of damage on it with rockets. In fact, one landed, we had an outside map rack with sheets of map outside of the bunker. The one round landed in there, and the entrance was over here, and there's a guard there all the time. And another round came in and hit that. There's a little other building there that we use as a drawing, making maps and things like that, overlays. The operations sergeant left his helmet on the desk, and when that round came in, a piece went right through the steel helmet, just right through it. And the guard that was on the guard of the door to get into the TOC, he got hit in the wrist, you know. That's the only casualties I had around the CP, you know. But Tet Offensive happened, you know. They're like snakes. If you ever seen a snake trying to get through barbed wire, they were snakes. And they had just shots on with explosives around here. And they were wheeling through there, you know. They got to the 175s and knocked out one of them. They only put one out of action, but the other two were still good. And they took care of those people that got inside there. While this was going on, there was a lot of shooting in that. We had 30 or 40 foot towers, a couple of them. They blew up one of them, about 30 feet up, and that went down. They got in through the wire and got the 175s. The next morning I go out and I find 3 guys out on the wire. They were dead as a mackerel on me. But what did it? Over there we had shadow. Shadow, you call for shadow. When you had something happen, you call for shadow. It was a C-47 with the side doors open, and the Gatling guns come out, and they spray a football field like nothing, you know, and they went around that thing in the wire. That's what got these guys. They probably other guys, but they got the 3 of them, and I went out, and they were dead, and they had explosives on them. But they did get the one gun